have your legs come out a little bit more. You're going to kind of lift it just a little bit, kind of get those shoulders engaged, and then power through your heels. Okay? Nice about this is. Okay, you don't have to set the weight down. So go ahead. Again, it's not anything real heavy. Just about swing under his feet underneath the bar. There you go. Good. Down, butt down. Engage, shoulders tight. Good. Real good. You see anything there?
One thing that helps me is think about trying to keep that bar as close to me as I possibly can on the way up and the way down. Okay?
Push those heels. Engage. Good.
So what that does is when I keep that bar nice and close, I keep the bar right in the center of the gravity. When it gets out here, that's when the back does too much work. You want it here, but
The other thing is that especially when you start to get heavier weight and the lighter weight, it's kind of easier form. You get heavier weight, what you can feel happen is like weight's not moving, but my hips are moving. And what that turns into this movement here, I haven't lifted anything. It's now when I go to lift, it becomes into a back. So once you're engaged, you want to feel like my hips are moving, that weight's got to move. Okay. Anything else? Real good form. The back is good. No concern on that.
there's one thing that she mentioned really helped me is ripping that thing tighter than I used to. Like I used to think, okay, yeah, that's important, but how important is it? Man, when I rip it really tight, right when you start, like she said, you make that bar kind of jingle a little bit, and then pause for a second, and then go. It's just like more, and how much I can lift this.
So what we do in the weight room is we'll have 2 warm-up sets, and then we have 3 work sets. So we'll warm up with lighter weights, really just kind of get ourselves used to the weight, and then we'll do 3 work sets. Our work sets, we usually only do like 4 to 6 reps. So we're doing low reps, but we try to do we don't just suggest you restarting right now doing really high weights. It used to be actually, maybe by the middle of the summer you start to feel really comfortable with it, then you can increase your load. But if you're just figuring it out and just kind of get into it, then start out with lower weights and feel comfortable with it, and then you can increase your weights.
I think we should put some more weight on this now just to see what's going to go first. What part of your performance? That's okay. Engage yourself. Good. Drive to the heels. Good. And drop. And feel comfortable dropping weight. Because that's really important. Some places you don't let you drop weight. If they're not letting you drop weight, then you should be doing it really heavy. Okay. Go ahead. When you drop the weight, and then you bend down and drop it.
Lift it, and drop it.
Good.
Go ahead.
Straighten that bar out.
Keep your feet under it. Really hard. Get the shoulders tight. Drive to the heels. That's perfect. Okay? Really good.
Do one more.
Do one more.
My ass
Good. kind of like, they almost, they're under, they roll forward, and then they kind of jerk it, okay? Not forward, always say, gaze on the gaze, and then just use the thing, just trying to smoosh them up and feet.
Now try to do that, do that bar, like locked in, do that bar, pause, and then pull. There you go. Feel that? Okay, what you did is you got it to that, and then you let it drop a bit, and then pull it. Get it to that. Keep your tension, and then pull. Yeah. Less likely to try to get momentum to lift, okay? A deadlift is literally that. Like, you're feeling like you're looking at something dead off the floor. Like, you have no momentum. You know, you're just trying to power it. Good? Feels really good. Really good back form. It's not scary for us to have to deadlift. Once you get comfortable with it this summer, you can do it well.
Yeah, right, that's right. No, that's antibacterial wipes. We like to do what we call supersets. We'll deadlift, and then we're going auxiliary position to do a series. So it's kind of the same muscles that are your primary strength muscles, deadlift muscles. That's why we do deadlift. And then go do it again. So deadlift is heavy weight and not many reps. You want to take a nice big long recovery. You try to end it right after the morning. You're going to have the contours like that. Can you do it there? The camera.
You guys like max out, like keep track of that stuff?
Yes, so
Yes, so like, max out on is back squat, and bench press. So when we max, we don't do max. Now, in your training, which is an equation, and let's say you get 8 reps, you can calculate what you're running. So first safer, and then do another whatever you want to do, huh?
What do you want me to show? Like just normal chin-ups?
Yep, and then holds and all that. Workout. What
we do in a workout?
What is going to be tested on? Okay, chin-up means we test in there, I know it's pretty hard, straight bar, they go all the way across. So like, this might feel uncomfortable to you, like too far apart, so you might be closer to that, So they might be in here and they're really small.
Tipping poles, you know, that-
So and that's not, we don't say you can't, do any of that, they, whatever you want. Yeah. But to come to that, you guys have your chin or whatever it means, so, so like this isn't a chin up, okay? One action is your chin above your, so that's the test. We just see how they do. Now, we work out the chin ups, okay? First round is try to get and then we'll have assisted chin ups, meaning the partner will help you get to 5 or 8 or whatever you need, okay? So that's like the first set of chin ups. The next set, okay, is jumping chin ups, right? We do the second one is jumps?
Yeah.
Okay, so on those, so like when you're working out on these chin-ups, it's great to try to do your own chin-ups, and just do it on your own chin, you can get. The other thing is when you're doing chin-ups, again, you want to grip tight, okay, you want those tight grips. You want your shoulders engaged, when you're stepping off, or when you're doing however it goes for you, make sure your shoulders are engaged, you don't want to just hang on your shoulders, okay? You always want to keep your shoulders engaged. And then the best way is to form a task where actually you have to have your feet and everything tight. So you want your whole body as tight as you can when you're doing your chin, right? Okay, versus legs going everywhere. So you're actually stronger with everything. By the time you learn it, you will get stronger that way. Okay. All right. So jump. So how do you increase your chin up? How do you get better chin up? Like you don't do 2. So how do you get to doing 3? Okay. We do resisted hang. So you're gonna jump up to chin up, and then you're gonna lower as slow as you can. Now all the way down.
I'll count to 4, so you don't want to be down yet until you get 4. So 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, when you hit 4, okay, now they're all the way extended.
And then again,
Jump up. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Right. And then so on. So you do 6 of those, or wherever we do those. Okay. And then the next set that we do, sometimes we increase it with folds. Okay. So literally jumping up, and now you're holding. Okay. And then fold for like 30 seconds. Okay. And then the last set is hands. And that's literally where you're just hold as tight as you can. Okay. Shoulders are engaged. And you're literally just hanging. And when you hang, you want your abs tight, you want your legs tight, you want everything tight, even though you're just hanging from the body. Okay, again, we're going to work straight, and then we'll increase your chin ups. Okay.
So on the holds, which I would highly recommend, if you can have access to doing chin-ups, and don't maybe, maybe something, it's easy to kind of figure something out, to do chin-ups. Do something with chin-ups, like every other day, okay? First thing I would do, get on one and see how many I can make. Give myself 1 or 2 minute break, see how many I can do. 1 or 2 minute break, see how many I can do. And then go into your jumps, negatives, okay? Then go into the holds. So your holds will kind of be your last thing, On our holds, and the ones where we come up here and hold up here, we go with 30 seconds. So they're always trying to make sure they can hold that 30 seconds, okay? So you might start out 17. The next day you do it, it's 18. You make a 1 second jump every day. You get sweaty pretty soon. You do it every day. And this whole year with this hang, you go for a minute. Everybody wants to hang for a minute. I want to drop for a minute. Again, that one, if you let yourself roll your fingers, it's gonna be torture. Try to keep yourself in grip.
And the other thing that happens with grip is they want to grip like this. Always use your thumbs. I know it's going to take you a little bit. Some people it's abnormal for them to do that, but really wanna do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just see what you got. Reverse your grip. There you go, tight hard, yeah, hard grip. All the way down, all the way down. Yeah, there you go. So working on your chin-ups or summer, that's relative to the more the players who can do more chin-ups on their own, okay, legitimate chin-ups, not the feet going under the chin-ups. Some of that's just technique, like they learned how to use them on legitimate chin-ups. You know, and their relative body strength, how strong they are for their bodies is really, really good. It also, in a large number of cases, has been a sign of release on injuries. So that's another reason why we look at it. Okay. Chin-ups, okay. Chin-ups, front squat, front squat.
Yeah, I like it more than back.
Back squat.
So do we. So do we.
So for the test, okay, you do a back squat, and you do it after the bench, back squat. So there you back squat. Now, but for our workouts, we front squat. Okay, we don't bench. For our test, because we've been doing it for 7 years, so that is the data. And also, there's two of us, you know, squatting in the same group. Say, we don't do these workouts because then it's more liability. Front squats also provide the same thing with lots less overlap. So front squat, best thing about front squat, okay, is you create full range of motion. You know, like I do squat and struggles in, we're gonna try to get down to that butts at the calf and so on. The other thing is different ways to do it. The best way to do a front squat is to be able to do this. Some people have to cross, and they don't have that flexibility. Being able to have that flexibility, that shoulder flexibility, is super, super good. So you can front squat like this. You step when you do a front squat, same thing. And I know some people say, why do I want to grip the bar? You want to grip the bar hard, and you want to have your shoulders engaged and your abs tight. It's super important. It's going to make you stronger. You're going to lift more just by doing that. Okay? When you front squat, same thing. Your feet straight. Okay? You want those knees to feel like you're pulling your knees out as you go down. So you're squatting, you're feeling like your knees are kind of going to the outside of your feet. Now, you're not turning your feet, but that's what you're feeling like when you're coming down. Okay? And then being able to drive for your heels
Feels guys.
all the way through this. Okay? Yep, rest right on that, on your shoulders. Yep. Good. Shoulders, so your shoulders take them light, tight, hard grip, tight your abs. Good. Get a little low.
Get down.
There you go. So sit down on that.
Elbows up.
Right there.
Get your elbows up in front of you.
Yeah, thumbs up.
There you go. Keep them up there.
Nice. There you go. Do one more. Nice.
We have shoes on, so so different. Sit down there. So working the first little couple, we start out with your shoes on to get like, hey, nobody can get down here. Then we need to go.
Now, I'll tell you, form-wise, that's the depth you want to be able to do these things, okay? We don't care about looking at people's stacks of weights when you're looking, okay? What we want you to do is be able to do that full range, just what you just did, and be able to put weight on. Not put much weight on, you're not building full range, okay?
This is a good exercise.
Yeah.
You're really, I would recommend doing that. You need to, what's happening is your core is getting out. Okay, you feel Okay.
Bench is one of those exercises, for some reason, a lot of people are talking long things when they bench. Another thing is, when you're listening, always think, I want to type my ear. I mean, you're gonna have to hear that probably thousands of times next year. Like our kids will just remind you, like, four. Just, if you can walk, type your four. If you can stand, remember, type my four. Always find opportunities that we can type our four that we really don't. The more that we can type our four, the stronger our core gets. The stronger our core gets, the stronger our arms get. We can work our legs like that, and our arms like that. Or our core is not really this. So here's where we're mentioning strategy, type four. The other thing is always feet on the floor. Feet up, okay? Pop them up, one's down, back, flat. Type glutes. So you literally see us, lay down, and then you see this, okay? Because we should be tightening our glutes. Sounds super ridiculous, I know, but it's so important to increase that core strength, okay? We always are putting a bar away in front of us, okay? So we're never lifting the bar ourselves. Our partners are, okay? Again, it's shoulder impingement and keeping our shoulders safe, okay? The other thing is when you are lifting, okay, always using your thumbs. Don't lift without your thumbs. Always use your thumbs. Tight grip and engage off everything that you do. The biggest mistake that we see, watch out, girl, when you lift it, okay, is that they're benching. You see my elbows, okay? That's a really bad bench, okay? You want to bench, elbows in. Bench, elbows in. This is normal, right? This is so if you put the weights on us and our elbows are doing this, it's always perfect. You're balls like crazy, right? You guys are in the way working the softball team, something like this, you don't have your shoulder in your shoulders. Okay, so super important to keep your elbows in. Okay? So let's do this much now. Everybody get under there. Good solid base, type your core, good butt, okay, 1, 2, good. There you go, right below the chest line, yep, breathe in, good, okay. Now test the bench. Okay, that's one of your guys' tests. Again, when we max out, we don't just do one bench. Okay, we regularly do like 5 to 10 reps, and we have a max calculation chart that you can figure that out. Okay, so this summer we don't want you getting under and just trying to see what your max is. We give you the chart so that you can do what you're doing and see what your max is. Okay, all of our stuff is based on those 5 scores. So it's not how much you lift, it's how much you lift compared to how much you weigh. It's never, somebody can get in here and lift a ton, but if they're heavy, you're not lifting as much as somebody who's not lifting, you're not lifting very much, but she's like, okay? If we were lifting the same thing, I would be lifting more than that. So that's bench, but then it's also bench from workouts. Back squat, and back squat. Anything else you want to show me?
So like preseason lifts, we'll bench, and then we'll go in the regular gym. I'll take the men's ball, so we'll ball, chest pass, slams. The deadlifts, the squat, front squats, back and front squats, we should jump into the boxes, side boxes. So if you do 5 jumps, jump as high as you want. Always step down, jump down, always step down. Again, piles are something you want to do every day. You want to do maybe one or 2 maybe 3 days in between your piles.
For 26?
Yeah, let's do. I'm not